Why the fuck is Vryn a 6 on the Rabia scale? Wizards? What do you mean, I have to find the right time to bring it back? The right time is now. It's been now for 3 years. Because ever since War the Spark, it's been nothing but clownery. Now, before I start flaming Wizards for the umpteenth time, do me a favor and go ahead and check out my novel, The Vagabond King. It's available completely for free in the link down in the description, and I would really appreciate it if any of you people out there could give me some feedback on it, because honestly it's been really tough trying to find and manage beta readers, so if you could leave a review there or something once you get through it, would mean the world to me. Also, subscribe and all that junk. And this is my opinion, so you don't have to agree with me. If you think differently and you like what Wizards is doing right now, I won't judge you, but also, I don't understand. I feel like it's been well established that I've been advocating for a set on Vryn for a while now, but I haven't really gone into detail about why. Over the last 3 years, since War the Spark, Magic has been pumping out sets that I would like to classify as clownery. Now, clownery is defined as top-down sets that are based on either a trope or the pop culture view of a certain time period or culture, half-assed sequels that's more or less just a redo of the first time it was done, and ideas that are cool for about the first 2 minutes you hear about them, but then become pretty par for the course once you give it some thought. Now, I know I might sound like a Magic boomer, but believe me when I say I haven't been playing the game for that long. It's just that I've gone back to see what kinds of stuff Magical is capable of, and compared to that, I'm disappointed. You can do top-down sets well. You can do sequels well. I'm not super optimistic about the third thing, but whatever. But if you are going to go about it in the way that Midnight Hunt and Kaldheim went about doing their stuff, I think we need a new plane. A new Magic original plane. Something like Vryn. Vryn. What do we know about Vryn? It's littered with a bunch of giant metal mage rings that people live inside. It's embroiled in a civil war between a class of elite mages that control all the mana and a group of separatists who, I assume, are against the monopoly on mana. The rings are old, meaning that a precursor civilization of some kind probably built them, and from what we see of the cards, Vryn may be slightly industrial or like a post-apocalyptic, post-industrial type of world. And also Jace is from Vryn. That's a solid foundation. You have a central conflict on a planar scale, you have the perfect lead character with a personal stake in the planes matters. And, well, would you look at that? There's no pop culture references to speak of. You have a cool, mage and diesel punk aesthetic that's way punkier than Kaladesh was. But you also have room to explore some deeper themes like industrial warfare, separatist movements, authority, politics, diplomacy. Jace, a character widely hated right now, and rightfully so, has a chance to be a new, good character. Maybe instead of relying on him wiping his own mind every other week, you can give Jace an actual emotional arc that has a motivation behind it stronger than me-like puzzle. Maybe instead of being a whiny nerd, Jace can actually pick up a sword and fight for an actual purpose like the Chad he was in 2010, even if that purpose was morally dubious. But beyond all those standalone perks, Vryn is a monolith among a myriad of planes whose recent sets have all felt hollow, at least to me. Whenever a new Magic set comes out, it feels rushed, like the team working on it doesn't even like what they're working on. And they're just trying to milk whatever obvious cash teat is swinging in front of them at the current moment. I mean, just look at the promo material for Kamigawa. I mean, come on.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku?
Also, it's a chance for us to slow down for a minute. Maybe do 2 sets or 3. We've been going these 1-set blocks for like forever. 3 years. It's all 3 years. It's all War of the Spark's fault. Fuck you, Greg Weisman. It's a chance for us to slow down. You can let the audience learn to love the world and its characters. People liked Dominaria because we were given a chance to enjoy it. It wasn't like a 1-set flash in the pan. The reason why Dominaria was successful as a 1-set thing is because we have like 10 years of being on only Dominaria. I'm not saying you can't overdo a plane, Ravnica, but you can certainly like let us like simmer there for a while and get used to the feel. People liked Innistrad for the same reasons, and because their references to like horror tropes were done out of a love for horror, not a love for horror fans' money. I feel like a lot of Magic sets abide by this like rule of cool that requires everything to be cool, but in doing so removes like any and all substance that might be there. Technically, they don't have to worry about putting substance in because we're rarely on a plane long enough to actually realize that. But if you slap someone so fast that they don't realize they've been slapped, but then you keep slapping them, they're going to eventually figure out that you're slapping them. We players notice when you're trying to cater to a specific type of fan, and it doesn't look good. In fact, it looks like you're dressing yourself up as a clown for the amusement of random strangers, while the players that have stuck around either join in with the audience in like some weird form of denial, and the rest of us just look on in shame. Vryn would be a new start, an original set, a Dominaria for this generation, a chance for Magic to have new life breathed into it and have its own identity, the setting for an epic story. Let me pitch you a story idea for a moment. Imagine a broken Jace. His friends are either off doing their own things, his enemies now, or have just abandoned him. He has no job to do, no mission, no guild pact. He has no purpose but to emptily try and pursue the ideals that the Gatewatch upholds. But honestly, both in canon and in this story, he probably doesn't care that much. Out of obligation, he chases down rumors of a Phyrexian presence on his old home plane, and he's never really thought about going home before, even though he got his old memories back, and he finds that the war is still raging on. He finds his parents again after like 10 to 15 years of zero contact, and they're unrecognizable. He finds the Phyrexians trying to do some Phyrexian bullshit, like trying to find the origin of the mage rings or something so they can harness mana or whatever, but they're distracting people from what they're doing by increasing the intensity of the war and sabotaging the Arbiters, a group that Jace has a very bad history with. It would force Jace to work together with the Arbiters to stop the Phyrexians and like force them to get over their shit. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a story. One where Jace has to actually grapple with his own sense of morals, but that's just an idea. With Streets of New Capenna, it doesn't look like Magic is slowing down or trying to make anything new, or anything with real substance. I doubt they'll give a damn about my rant. In fact, they'll probably make more money doing the stuff they're doing now instead of doing something original. But I've really gotten sick of the consistent lack of dignity Magic has for itself and its ability to make anything new. I only play Magic whenever like my friends get together. I haven't like cared about spoilers since the D&D set. I haven't bought anything since the D&D set. That's almost a year. The harder they try to make me excited, the more I want to punch them in the teeth. It doesn't take that much to just fix the issue. A bit of moderation, a little bit of faith in an idea that you created that isn't 90% stolen from someone else. Like, Magic is primarily what jump-started my love of fantasy, a genre which I've written 2,000 words a day in for the last 4 years. It feels like I'm watching a good friend spiral down into a crack addiction. I can't help you, wizards. No one can until you decide that you want to stop defining yourself by how much pop culture juice you can shoot up into your veins every night. And to those of you watching, thank you for watching all the way through my little rant here. Streets of New Capenna unveiled their stuff recently, and like a fucking avalanche, just a whole bunch of world building questions, and like, okay, there's this cat demon, right? Like all the New Capenna like gang lords are supposed to be demons, right? One of them's a demon. The others are a sphinx, a dragon, a bird with horns, and a cat with horns. I want to focus on that cat with horns for a second. Alright? So ignoring the fact that it's just a cat with horns, why isn't it a Rakshasa, an actual literal cat demon, instead of just a cat with horns glued on? Also, why the fuck does the cat with horns glued on have a hairpiece? Why does the cat have a greaser hairpiece? It already has orange fur. Orange. Why does it have black Sicilian hair? I'm being driven into a spiral of madness that either A, I will never recover from, or B, I will never recover from but also make like a good amount of money from. I'm hoping for that second option, but that's looking kind of unlikely with how fast this is happening. So okay, that's it. That's the video. Just